Testing. Wow, this is cold. Oh dear. Good morning everybody. I'm sorry I'm shouting into the mic. Probably excitement of seeing a bit of snow. Hopefully that's a little bit less urgent. Bitingly cold here at Newcastle. As you can see, a little wintry flurry in play, which I'm not really surprised. It is icy. Well, air temperature is. Hope you're all doing well. Just bear with me while I continue the setup. Like I say, I'm not in the chat at the minute, so it's quite challenging, as you can imagine. I'm trying to set up. If I'm going to move the mic. Too much snow finding it at the minute, bizarrely. Right, flight radar next up. It's amazing how cold your hands get so quickly. Right, let's just check the camera isn't silting up. Doesn't seem to be at the minute, but I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. In fact, better get some camera wipes ready. Right, first arrival of the show is going to be an EasyJet from Belfast, I think. Currently just off the coast. Going to be landing on to runway 25. So basically coming in from the North Sea. Wind is basically a north-easterly, I think, or north-north-easterly. Let's have a little bit of time on the planes. Now this show's going to be potentially, depending on how this weather settles down, could be a bit bouncy at this end in terms of buttons to press and things. So we'll see. At the minute I'm set up for hands-free. So I'll keep an eye out for the inbound plane. It's supposed to get pretty windy today, sort of 36 mile an hour gusts. Having a quick look at the sock. It's getting warmed up. Let's go to the runway, see what the focus is going to play like. So I'm just going to jump straight in the chat and say hi to the folks I can see. No fireworks today. I'll get that one out there good and early. I don't think I'm going to get to be able to access the kit reliably, so I don't want to not do for some and do for others. That's not how we go. Linda Cooper, if you are watching the show, I could do with you really here to get these glasses a wipe. I need like windscreen washers on them. Anyway, let's have a look. Deborah Speller, Cat O'Clock 0540. Oh, you're a trooper, Deborah. If you're still in the show, good morning to you. Chigwell's finest, aka Keith Cornell, also in the house. How you doing, pal? Good morning to AJ, giving those emojis a big splash. There's a new one there as well, which I'm guessing some of you would have already clocked. So the Luftwaffe, German Air Force, due in around 10:30 with a Bombardier Global 6000. So that's what that's all about. Nova Blaze, hi to you. Welcome to the show. Try and keep this chat still enough. The rain on the screen is making it lively. Good morning, Spotted EDI. How you doing? HGC, good morning to you, and Janine K. Hope you're both going well. We're midweek. Things should flatten out a little bit now in that run into the weekend. I can't believe it. My camera's under a bag and it's covered in like slushy sleet. Sun is coming out though, so I'll probably be in a t-shirt by the end of the show. Stephen Marchant, good morning my friend. It's getting better. It literally just got super cold and super snowy really quick, but the sun is breaking out to my right. I'll put the camera on it in a little bit, just in case we don't see it for the rest of the day. We could probably retitle this A Sunny Stream. I'm wondering about the snowman risk. I think we'll be fine. We are missing an Orson here though, definitely. Grass control in the paddock, probably when we get to about May, June time. We'll be getting a bit lively. AJ's got sunny weather in West Cumbria. The forecast for today, rain-wise, is lots of heavy showers. When I went to bed last night, I was expecting to be setting up here under heavy rain. I'm wondering how that might work for me. So plenty of Jet 2s on the deck. Let's just have a single snap of that. Where am I? Lowlander, can't remember if I say good morning, but definitely good morning now. And a Kiri Cat 13 Dreamweaver, how are you doing? I don't know, Janine K. I think AJ will have to have some serious pull with the weather gods to make sure you've still got sunny weather. You'll probably have some of this. Who knows? Bonkers weather. Good morning, Mohawk, Scotland. Well, I wasn't really expecting this. I knew the air temperatures made... I can't even see through the bag at the minute. It made the possibility of sleet a say too many possibilities. All right, let's see if I can get a clean focus on the plane in a second. There it is. Somebody found it. It's me kicking the tripod. Not yet found my foot marks. As I say, I always set up in the same spot, more or less, but everything has to get shuffled a little bit just to make sure it feels comfy. Sounds bonkers. I think when we get the 75 in, sorry, 75, 777, well, let's say 75, we should get plenty of spray. It's just going to be a morning of wetness of the frozen sort or the melted sort. Anyway, forgetting my manners, good morning to anyone that doesn't know me as well as those who do know me. So for those who don't, I'm Mark, here at Newcastle International Airport, here for the midweek action. Good morning, Carl Shield, as well, while I'm multitasking the chat. And political bias. Good morning, PB. How you doing, pal? Is it snowing where you are? As I was coming down the A1, it was quite sleety. Rab H is in the house too. Good morning, Rab H. So we should have at least one, possibly two Jet 2s heading out straight on the turn of the hour. I suppose there's another 3 minutes to go for that. Sorry, Janine. I think we're getting accustomed to a lot of rain, aren't we? I can never quite remember when it's St Swithin's Day. Isn't the old fable that whatever it does then, it does for the next 40 days and nights or something? Everything has to be 40 days and 40 nights, doesn't it? Pre-metric days. Big DC, good morning to you. Rab, it's lovely, my friend. Once you set up, it's a different game, but setting up is tricky, but I got lucky really. So whilst it was snowing, I think if that had come down as rain, that could have been a bit trickier. So I reckon I've got a win there. I suppose I might be able to finish the rest of the setup. We've got another plane inbound, I see. Well, flight radar tells me it's inbound. I can't see it. Maybe I can make flight radar stretch out. Here we go. It is a Jet 2 inbound from Manchester. Well, that's quite early, actually. So, as per last week, this week has had plenty of Jet 2 training flight action, and today being no exception. We have an A321 inbound from Manchester. Thereafter, it's going to be shuttling to Prestwick and back, like last week's show. So today's aircraft is G-Sun L, I believe. Can't quite remember when it entered service. Like say August last year, but that would be a bit of a guess. Can't see my notes at the minute. Good morning, Craig McLean. How you doing? Hello to Skating Banana as well while I'm in chat mode. So it should be an interesting show today. If the weather turns up the way it's advertised, we should get some decent crosswind action. Of course, with the weather forecasts, who knows? Certainly wasn't expecting to get snowed on. Oh, that looks clean. I'll just have a quick snap of that. So this should just go around the loop. Back down the taxiway again. That with the theory. Good morning, Mark Sanderson. Aye, aye, indeed. So you've had the snow as well. It's going to warm up as the morning progresses. I think it'll be around 5 degrees pretty quick. As you'll see, as I put the camera towards the tower in a minute, it looks dark and ominous. So I've got a feeling we're getting something. Actually, no, that'd be northwest, wouldn't it? We should be okay. Somebody else is getting something. Let's just have a look to my left. It looks much more favourable. Cool. Panic there for a moment. Good morning, Mike Wild. How you doing? I think you're right, AJ, Specsavers need to give me a hand. Somebody else inbound, telescope alert kicked in. See if I can get a clean focus on it. Rain is returning. So another EasyJet. So if we've had Belfast, this must be Bristol, I think. That's a wild guess though. Paris, Charles de Gaulle. Couldn't be more wrong. Hi to Eliz Buttick. How you doing, Eliz? Welcome back to Newcastle. This is one of those shows, if you do lose me, I ain't got no way back. I've not bought the laptop today. I figured the conditions would be just too difficult to protect it if I was needing to get a reboot up. Generally, if you get wind and rain, it's a bit of a lethal combination when it comes to protecting stuff. Scottish Linda, good morning to you. How you doing? Good morning, Robin, as well, if you can hear this. Lovely to see you, Linda. Just going back up the chat in case I missed anyone. D-Sparkle Bazinga, hello to you from Heaton, Newcastle. Love the handle. I think we need some sparkle here. Let's see if I can get my notes up while we've got a short gap. I'll stay with this while they pop the stairs on. Then we'll have a look at the weather and stuff. See what Metar is telling us. Dr. Kersey, how you doing? Lovely to see you back in the show. I'd seen your comments when I reviewed the last round of shows saying you've been in hospital. So I hope this finds you feeling loads better. So we're back to our usual, it's hard to make the blinking tablet work. Right, so we'll talk about wind, as in the meteorological kind. What's going on there? A bit of de-icing going on. Hey! Ain't surprised. Just a quick snap. Just froze the screen. So at the minute, visibility described as good at 10 kilometres plus, it says here, and then above it says minimum visibility. Lights are on, tells you all you want to know. 2 degrees C. So at the minute we've got around 11 knots of crosswind. We've seen a couple come in. The ball is not moving around too much. I think that's a fair thing to say, but it is expected to get windier. Let's see if it does. Good to read, Dr. Kersey, on the mend. As long as it's going in the right direction, that is all good. Good morning to senseless dusts, trains and planes, no go-arounds. We've had 2 landings. I don't think the wind is anywhere near tasty enough at the minute. Oh, hang on, let's go back. Let's just see another puff of the ice as we do the other side. Be interesting to see how it plays out, to be honest. It's just in a perma sleet mode at the minute. The wind itself seems pretty stable. So British Jet 2s left, right and centre. Have a quick snap from me. No poll today, John Mackenzie. I was going to poll on the picture you sent me. I'm going to look to do that Sunday. I'm not doing anything that involves changing screens today. It's kind of is what it is. The conditions are just a bit too tricky and expected if the wind picks up to be trickier. So I kind of deferred to protecting the equipment as I'm on my own. I've not got that extra pair of hands or anything. So no, we'll write that into Sunday. Not going to spoil what that is. You and I know what it is. And we'll look to get that into the Sunday show. Taking the Jet 2 for a walk. So I guess case in point, John, thank you so much for your staunch support over the last 19 months. Can't do fireworks either. I've literally gone for hands-free. I was saying earlier that if the show goes down, I can't even jack up a reboot. Belt and braces. Belt and braces. Anyway, much love to you, my friend. Thank you for your support. Ooh, Scottish Linda says, Robin says morning. Morning again, Robin. When you get to nursery, you need to get them to get the stream on the big screen. You don't need all that Paw Patrol stuff. Or perhaps you do. I know this sounds crackers, but from all the man hours that I put in on watching TV with my granddaughter, not that it's on all day, just in case you're wondering what kind of grandparent I am, but I found myself absorbing Paw Patrol and even starting to appreciate who some of the characters are. Crackers. Rab, I might have missed your exit, mate, but safe travels. Hoping it's not the kind of day that we're looking at here if you are out on the bike. If you're out on something else, then at least you'll be dry. Catch you soon, pal. Good morning, Gary Fleming. Oh, thank you, HGC. There you are, much love towards John Mackenzie. I think that's the way we're going to have to go with fireworks today. Literally, the broadcast kit is completely boxed off. Cameras under bags, tablets under a bag. The only exposed bit, which I suppose I ought to do something about, is the microphone. But I'm just going to see how I do with that. Worst comes to the worst, I do have a spare. I'd rather not find out if I need a spare. Right, let's just rotate the shot. So here's our Jet 2 A321. Recently arrived from Manchester, on its way out to Prestwick soon. Let's have a quick look, see what the... Oh. So next arrival should be KLM's E195 E2 in from Amsterdam. Oh no, British Airways will beat them in. They're coming in from London, due in at 08:35. So that looks like the next inbound action. Departures, we haven't seen one go yet, so things are actually running behind. That is the obvious point, but if you think about it, not a major surprise. when there's going to be a bit of de-icing going on. Have a quick look at the camera lens. Bit of dusting needed. There you go, spick and span. Well, a bit. Good morning, Maria Spinelli. How are you doing? So departures, Jet 2 are due out, or were due out, to Lanzarote at 8 o'clock. That's now 8:40. Reykjavik at 8:05. That is now going to be 8:15, which is pretty much now. Pretty much think then that will be this one. Let's just loiter there for the minute. EasyJet due back to Belfast at 8:30. Well, 25 past, but apparently showing for 8:30. And then it's a bit of a alternate Jet 2 EasyJet thing. The sequence broken by KLM returning to Amsterdam at 9:15. As you can see, the windsock stretching itself. Be interesting to see if it gets stretchier with that Embraer inbound from Amsterdam in what do we say, 20 minutes time. We'll get a chance to see how things are performing. Last I looked, I suppose we better check now really, the big plane of the show, the Emirates triple, that was shaping for 11:07, so what's that, 13 minutes early, not unwelcome. According to flight radar, they've shed a little bit of time. 11:12 is the current prognosis. And the plan is to stream through till around 11:30, maybe it's an earlier finish if the planes dry up, a slightly later one if the planes stretch out a little bit, but either which way we expect to be done by midday, lock, stock and barrel. And as I was saying to folks earlier in the show, the Luftwaffe are in at, or forecast to be in at 10:28 in from Aalborg. Yeah, Aalborg? Any permutation of those. In for a quick one and then straight back out. Just spotted something over the far side that needs a little closer look. See if I can get my references correct. There you go. I don't think whatever that is listed to go during the show, but I really hope it would. I think last time we streamed from here we got lucky. Oh, well, I think on as well, kind people, humble plea for likes. If we could get the likes on the clock nice and early, goes a massive way in terms of YouTube giving us a reasonable push. If we don't show many likes, they won't give us any effort. They hardly knock themselves out now. Right, this isn't in fact going to be the Reykjavik one. That will be over here. The little blue tail that sits over the top of the terminal. that's the Reykjavik departure, Jet 2 Holidays. That particular aircraft, 8 years of age, registered Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Mike, 737-800. Have an extra one for me, Andy. I'm not joking, man. 230. That is awesome support. Awesome support. So there's quite a bit moving around at the minute. Jet 2 are transponding for return to Belfast. I'm not sure if we have a possibility of a runway change mid-morning as well. The wind pushing further towards being northerly. Let's see if I can update the Met Office page that I've got showing. So rain graphic throughout the morning, but it is that light shower one now. I think the chance of a heavy shower is literally now. Catch you next time, Keith Gunnell, Open Reach. Good luck with that. Hopefully they know what they're doing. We'd like to think so. So yeah, we're going to transition from north-northwesterly to a northerly. That'll be the forecast. Notion that if it pulls to a straight northerly, that's what I think. No, we should be okay actually. Maybe we won't get a runway change. Could be Mark tucking at his hat as usual. Brain not working. Cold. Good morning, Terry the artist. Hoping that sun is out for you. What direction are they running today at Heathrow? Looks like the Creswick training flight is moving. Plane on cam. Lanzarote bound. So I think we could have the scenario where we've got 3 Jet 2s line astern. Looks like the A321 is getting its nose out first. So, well, I think on team we are live again on Sunday. I'll mention it later, but I'm mindful that people come and go. So back to Edinburgh, that'd be the plan. Looks like we've got a Chewy pushing back as well. Let's just have a bit of that. I think we'll have a Jet 2 cutting across the shot as well momentarily. Let's have a look. Tel says back to 27s, Luton back to normal. but too much cloud. Yeah, we're getting a bit of blue overhead now here, so I've got plenty of blue. I'll leave the camera where it is to let the Jet 2 cut across the shot, and then treat you to a sky watch. I'm not sure I'll keep a lot of blue, but do shout up if you see any overflies. If I can chase it, I'll chase it. Right, so case in point, and it's the craziness of the weather. Look at that. Then you just go over here, and there's lots of this lower stuff. So, plane on cam, the Reykjavik departure by my reckoning. Yeah, so a rash of departure action imminent. So there's the A321. In a way, I'm pretty gutted it stopped snowing. I quite fancied a snowy show, but you know, the right kind of one that means at the end of the day you can drive home without pester. You know, 2 or 3 hours of lots of the white stuff and then just watch it melt away. Right, here we go. No dallying. This is where I get to find out if I've allowed enough cable for my panning, so if I suddenly have to stop mid-flight in terms of the tracking, it's because the cable's gone tight. First one out in today's show. Let's just loiter on the forecourt while we await number 2 to go. Good morning and welcome to anyone that has just joined the show as well. I'm Mark, if you didn't know that already. Welcome to Newcastle International Airport. Just on Finalizing. British Airways are next in. I think that's the 320 Neo as well, isn't it, Sam? So thank you for confirming, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. Gary, you'll be gutted, won't you? The fact there's no Pegasus emoji today. And that's not me being cute. I thought I'd better pack the toga one just in case. And the big spray one, you know, all the kind of wet and wild type ones. And then, because obviously the number of emojis you have is finite. So Pegasus had to get a Wednesday off. I'm not sure I can think of a credible reason to give it Sunday off. Inbound, British Airways. Yeah, sorry. Gibbering to myself. So the wind is not creating any kind of hassle at the minute. Good morning, Mary Brock. How you doing? Well, good evening, sorry, Mary. Of course, you being in Oz, you'll be nicely into the evening. We've got Skating Banana, sort of 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, over to the western Colorado, and Mary Brock all the way out to the east, somewhere in the evening. We'll stay with this plane at the minute because obviously it's still on the runway. Jet 2, I've just taken the centre line for departure. Sleet is on its way back, but it feels a bit rainier sleet, if I'm honest. Probably hear it tinkling on the camera bag. So, next out, Jet 2 to Lanzarote. Good morning, Foxy B, and Chip Out's 1990 and Rainbow Love. Loving you all. How you doing? Hope wherever you are, and obviously Chipaz has got the same as me, but everybody else, I hope you've got some decent weather. Right, lens wipe I think could be the way to go, so just bear with me. It's going to be a regular feature of the show. That's not too bad, is it? A few little speckles. Hi to Ayrton Shepherd as well. Sorry, Ayrton. The bag went straight across the front of my tablet as I was getting to your surname. Yeah, Ayrton Shepherd, good morning to you, mate. Hi to Chris Quantrill. Face is getting stiff now. Nothing's moving. In fact, it really is getting stiff. It's like I've got a mud pack on. Yes, I have previously worn a mud pack. Carl Shield's got the sunshine. Well, I think we have now, actually. I don't think we're keeping it, but I think we do. So, plane on screen is Sturm what? Crikey, my fingers can't work the tablet. Reykjavik. That's where this plane is going. We've got KLM inbound pretty much now from Amsterdam Schiphol. That'll be your next arrival. Beautiful in Devon, says Chris Quantrill. Which part of Devon? All sounds good. I guess you guys get to discover spring before we do in northeast England anyway, so I'm pretty jealous. Good morning, Andy P. Top of the morning to you, Squire. Wisey bye. Right, where to point? We've got an EasyJet. It's pushed and turned to return to Belfast. That's that one. This was the Paris Charles de Gaulle inbound. I'm not sure if it returns there or not. Good morning to Patricia Finn. Sunny Portugal. I was thinking about your comment in the last show we caught up in, Patricia. How lucky you are. I am so ready for spring. Even more ready for summer. I literally couldn't believe it on the way here, thinking it's sleeting. Of course, March is March. Anything is possible, isn't it? It's snow in April. So plenty to go. Let's see where that inbound KLM is. It is on finals. So the inbound aircraft departed an hour ago, thereabouts. And is pretty... Oh, I can just about see it. So I'll put the camera that way in a jiff. Good morning, Henair. Hello, peeps, indeed. Big wave at this end. I'm Mark Henair. Don't think we've said hi before. If we have, I do get forgetful. Forgetful. Oh dear. We'll get ready for the inbound KLM. Can't see what I'm doing through the bag. Bear with me, team. I'm just going to have to give it a wipe. Better. Nicely done. Good morning, LW-8. How's tricks? And good morning, Alibi 58. Lurking with tea, definitely a shrewd move, very shrewd. So we've got a runway inspection on the go. Or we could be doing a bit of bird scaring. I've not got the scanner on today, so I'm not sure. No, there's neither. Thank you, John Mackenzie. I'll have a look at that when I get back. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of blue sky all of a sudden. Patricia, we may not be able to rival you on temperatures, but we're looking pretty good on blue sky at the minute. Not sure for how long. think we'll pick that one up in a minute. Let's just go back onto the forecourt. "100 likes are up." Thank you HGC for the fireworks and letting me know. Thank you everybody that's dropped us a like. If you've yet to do so, please do. It helps us so much, and of course it's entirely free. Normally we do fireworks for that kind of thing, but conditions are just too unpredictable this morning. I've taken the view that protecting the kit is probably the best way to go. Looks like we've got another EasyJet push and turn. EasyJet phase of the show. So the inbound from Paris Charles de Gaulle is actually going back to Paris Charles de Gaulle. So case in point, there you go. Kind of looks line astern with the British Airways A320neo. Good morning, retreating blade 1. Kiwi Cat 13. I wished I did, but I'm shocking at that sort of thing. Someone's bound to know. Linda Cooper, I have to say, is excellent on this sort of thing. Mark, sadly not. It kind of seems surreal, doesn't it? Birds chirping away at the airport. Definitely not a blackbird, Carl Shield. I say definitely. I say 90% in my thinking on that one. But who knows? If it is a blackbird, the blackbirds I get in my back garden need tuning up. Need to up their game. Right, this should be a nice, good old-fashioned turn and burn. Got a Jet 2 pushing back on the far side. Yeah, now the weather is immeasurably better. I think if it stays like this and gets windier, perhaps with the odd shower just to freshen the deck up, I reckon that would be perfect. I didn't mind the snow, to be fair, that was alright. If that had come as rain, that would have been a bit of a nuisance. So I was saying at the start of the show, we have a nice change of pace visitor with the Luftwaffe in with their Bombardier, keep tripping over that word today. It's that frozen face thing again. Global 6000 inbound from Aalborg, Denmark. During around, crikey, I was going fast. Just watch the car go zooting past the front of me. Almost at the kind of speeds that you see on the runway. Chipaz, this better not be our summer. I'll feel shortchanged, very shortchanged. Yeah, I've got to be honest, retreating blade and LW, it does give off that fake sky vibe, doesn't it? The fact it's blue at all. Although it's starting to get back to being cloudy again, so I think we can probably write off it today as a sunny day, although the forecast does say a bit of sun, a bit of showers, so maybe it's right. Well, let's just refresh METAR and see if there's anything changed. Wind speed around 10 knots. It's gradually moving its way towards a northerly. So if anything, it's losing its crosswind component at the minute. Yeah, it's 10 knots of crosswind. When we opened, it was 11. Good morning, Carol Ann. So, Jet 2 to the left. Let's just have a look at that one. And plane on screen is the Tenerife departure. We're scheduled to go at 8:40, so a little bit behind. So, next in, EasyJet from Bristol, well on to finals. This visitor being Guzul, Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Lima, 6 years of age, entering service in August 2018. Not the plane on cam, the one you're gonna be seeing in a minute. I think I can just about work it out in the sky. Yeah, I can. We'll go there next. Sorry about me sniffling. I've not got a cold or anything, but since that snow turned up, I do seem to sniffle a bit. Carol Ann, bless you for saying that. It's lovely of you to say so. Right, let's see if I can get the... down, there we go. Alrighty. Try again. My word, I've just seen something remarkable and happy on the screen, and that is, I think, let's have a look, see if I can get it up. Do it in a second. I see we've got a very generous gifting of 5 memberships. I just can't quite get the graphic up. I think I know who it is, but just to be certain, Stephen Marchant. I did think it was you, but I thought if I say it's you and it's not, that gets awkward. Thank you so much for your exceptional support of the channel, gifting 5 memberships. I don't know if you caught me saying earlier, it's a firework-free show, so I'm going to rely on your friends celebrating it with virtual fireworks. Conditions being forecast to be very erratic, I've kind of set everything up as hands-free as possible, so no activating any graphics or stuff like that. Probably just as well, because even with gloves on, my hands are absolutely frozen. But thank you so much, buddy, that is really appreciated. We'll have a look at who got in a minute. So let's have a look. Paul's Hijinks, Lindy Doan, Jack the Lad, Susan Fitzgerald and Tellboy 57. Welcome aboard and in some cases back on board. Thank you, Stephen. Top man. And another celebratory moment as well. Oh, thank you, Nell W, for the virtual fireworks and HGC. Super support. I see we've got a membership milestone for Akira Cat Dreamweaver. We'll do that one in a second. Right, Akira Cat 13 Dreamweaver, member for 9 months of the PSA Crew Lounge. Thank you, Mark Mods chat, for being awesome. Thank you, Akira Cat 13 Dreamweaver, for being awesome too. Fantastic having you with us. Can't believe how fast the time goes. Zabula support. Caroline, it has stopped raining. It's bitingly cold, but there's no rain. A lot of dark sky to the northwest, but happily that's not where the weather is coming from. I think it's just going to be one of those turbulent mornings. Bit of a lottery. I mean, if I just come this way, I mean, look, you can see the sun beating down off those tail fins. Thank you, HGC. More virtual fireworks for Akira Cat 13 Dreamweaver. Actually, we'll pick that one up in a bit. It's not the best view. Let's see if there's anything happening over here. Chipaz, can you imagine shorts in this condition? Well, I don't know. Look over my head, it's blue. Look in front of me, and it's that. Luckily, I think mostly that is not going to be our problem, because if you go to the windsock, that's pretty much a northerly now, and it looks cloudy to the north but not troublesome. Feels like the wind is getting stronger though. I don't know if you can hear that on mic. I can now feel it on me a little bit. Chip has shorts and flip-flops at work. I'm telling you, it's too cold for me. It's coming up the coast. Loganair. Oh, it's an Aberdeen arrival. I thought we were due one actually as well. Let's have a little look. I think I need a blowtorch to put some heat into this touchscreen. Just will not recognise my fingers. Yeah, Loganair due in at 9:30 from Southampton, so they're running out a little bit early at the minute. That will be your next arrival. We've also got a rather nifty Beech 200C Super King Air due in from Belfast around 9:57, so that'd be nice to see. Beauty of Newcastle is it does mix it up. Right, I think we're about ready for a bit more aviation action. Bit of a flat one. Checking out the big spray icons as well on the chat. Foxy B, Gary Fleming, I see somebody else, HGC. So yeah, I think we're going to get the track freshened periodically with a bit of rain hither and thither between now and when we go off air at 11:30. Looking towards the far side of the airfield, it's definitely raining over yonder, which I think is probably the best place for it. So literally nothing transponding at the minute by the look of it. It's blinking helpful. Good morning, Audrey McDonald. Have you been out yet with Foxy, or is that still to do? Catch you later, Carol Ann. So in terms of what should be happening next, we should have KLM off to Amsterdam at 9:15, followed by Jet 2 to Paphos at 9:25, Chewy to Sharm el Sheikh 9:25, Jet 2 to Fuerteventura at 9:30, and also Jet 2 to Alicante. So we look like we're into a bit of a hold at the minute. Definitely a good time to put the kettle on. Audrey's taking the plunge shortly. Audrey, wrap up. It is every bit as cold as you imagine it is. There's me thinking that spring had sprung. Now it's biting. So this must be the plane on screen by logical deduction, the Sharm el Sheikh flight. I think, let's have a look. Yeah, 10 o'clock for Stephen Marchant's Tenerife Chewy flight. $130 likes up. Thank you, Henair, and thank you to everybody that has hit that like button. If you've just dropped in, please do drop us the like. It goes a long way with getting our content promoted with a reasonable degree of energy by YouTube. And if you've just joined, welcome to Newcastle. If you've not visited before, I'm Mark, your host. On what is a curious day's weather. It is not as wild as I'd anticipated when we captioned the thumbnail that was based on yesterday's weather forecast. Equally, we opened in snow and we didn't think we were going to get any snow. It's one of those Pandora's box weather kind of days, really. Let's have a look here. What's Audrey saying? Foxy is at the groomer on Monday. She looks like a woolly bear. Sorry, I got a bit loud on the mic. A woolly bear. So as you can see, the windsock's still doing plenty. Hasn't really had much of a impact. Oh, crikey, if I'd just taken myself out of flight radar, that's a skillful thing to do. Years of practice. So at the minute, wind is around 12 knots, and that is pretty much in line with the crosswind component according to Meta. Leslie Kerrison, you spoilt me on Sunday. You are so brilliant to us. I can't do any fireworks, but I do offer you my massive appreciation if I can unfreeze my face to get my words out. All excitable. Thank you for your £10 Ko-fi donation to the channel. as with everything we get, it only goes on content. Eddie and I take no dividend from this whatsoever. It's for the fun of the planes. Awesome stuff. I'm afraid I'm going to have to rely on our friends to use virtual fireworks though. Just don't have them today. Thank you, Nell W-8. Set fire to a few virtual fireworks for me. To be fair, I wished I'd set them up because the sun is out. It's just, it was dire when I got here, truly dire. So I thought, nah, there's no way I'm going to make anything that involves touching screens and all the rest of it and letting water get onto the kit. You're just asking for a smack. And you know the weather will always do that for you. Good morning, Aviation Action Scotland. How you doing, Gary? I'll be in touch later, mate. I saw your post in the last show. I was only got round to reviewing Sunday's show yesterday afternoon. What have we got going on here? Of tenders on their way back to base. Memory serves, 4 in total, 2 currently on show. We really could do with them setting fire to some stuff around the training fuselage. Put some heat in the air. Anyone that is new to Newcastle, that rusty looking thing centre screen is that training fuselage. Tell you what, not aviation but shocking on a fairly large scale. I'm guessing the chat is every bit as appalled and shocked as I am by that collision off the Lincolnshire coast yesterday. I'm losing track of the days now, between a chemical tanker and which I think struck another tanker which was carrying Jet A1 for the US Air Force. You kind of think, how does stuff like that happen? Foggy day or not, good morning, DB Bassman. Top of the morning to you, Squire. Yeah, you can't have too many bacon rolls. Well, you can, but this is one of those days where something hot with a bacon roll in sight of a hot fire, almost paradise. Just catching Henair's comment to Audrey. Henair says, I used to be called Foxy. We've got Foxy B in the show. Are you Foxy A? Or were you Foxy A? Or are you Foxy C? There's a lot of Foxys at plain sailing aviation, it would appear. Even my favourite tea shop is called the Running Fox. And my football team, Leicester City, are the Foxes. Ooh, that's nice. The sun is doing what it should do. What do you reckon? It'll catch on. So we've got a slim chance of catching a bit of overfly action today. Should it materialise, keep me posted. Good morning, John Kenneth Williams. In good shape, my friend. Not talking football though, that's not good shape. That's an abomination. But in terms of me, my mojo, KLM, actually, just looking over the far side, I've just pushed and turned. So we've got some outbound action. I'm going to be shaking a leg any minute. But yeah, John Kenneth, I'm done with football for the year, but otherwise in good fettle. Hope you are too. So let's just zoom in on what we can see. There you go, there's your KLM. Pick that one up in a jiff. So there should be a rash of departures literally in the next sort of 10 minutes, maybe less. Mainly led by the holiday airlines. I think British Airways sticks itself in that gaggle as well. Back to the chat. Liking that Craig McLean. Used to carry it on my old workplace. 12 squadrons. Crest is a fox's head. Ultra cool. Ultra cool. He's in shorts. Can't believe it. So Loganair inbound from Southampton. Seems like that is only 5 or 6 minutes away. Currently approaching the west of Sunderland. Right, you can probably hear a little bit of that wookie sound. That is the KLM E195 on its way out, so let's lay and wait for it. KLM pilots definitely don't hang around, do they? Sam Furlaway reports the Loganair is passing his house. Sam being our advanced spotting station. Foxy B, God bless you. Thank you, Laura. Grab a bacon roll. Oh, crikey, I'm not panning. I'm really touched, Laura. Thank you. £10 buy Kofi. I'm gonna comply entirely with your very kind instruction, Laura. Sorry, no fireworks today, but so appreciate that. Kind of funny, really. The one thing I forgot today was a bottle of water to drink, so I'm running dry, but it's that cold I wouldn't want to drink it. So something hot at the end of the show is definitely the way to go. Good morning, Ginny and Sankey. How are you doing? And Alexandra Ward as well, one of our 5-star moderator team. Hope all is good with you, Alexandra. Jonathan McD, I can't remember if I've said good morning or not. I'm one of those senior moments. Either which way, good morning to you. If you heard it before, you get to hear it again. Yeah, Gary Fleming, Formula One back on this weekend. I've just started watching Drive to Survive on Netflix. Unfortunately, I fell asleep in the first episode, but it's better than I've just made it sound, I don't doubt. I was just tired, but I usually like to binge watch that just before the start of the new season. Right, showtime. Alexandra Wood, binge watching Howard's Way. Now there's a sentence I didn't think I'd ever get to say. Mrs. PSA, if she's watching this, she'll slaughter me. She loves things like Midsummer Murders and so forth. Oh. Thank you, Craig McLean. That Loganair ERJ that I'd nearly forgotten about is turning onto finals. And of course, some of those ERJs go dark on flight radar, don't they? Once they get to 1,000 feet. So that was a telescope possibly averted. Hi Queenie, will I still be live when my flight takes off at 14:45? No, sorry Queenie, I'll be finishing around 11:30 or thereabouts. The action kind of dries up over the lunch window, so it kind of naturally finishes the stream when it does. Is that the Oxford English Dictionary interpretation and definition of awesome? Alexander Ward. Howard's Way, eh? To be fair, I used to watch it periodically, but no, teasing you. I must admit, I don't think I've heard of anybody saying they're going to binge watch Howard's Way, but it is nice, isn't it, when you get something that you want to watch in one big packet. As I was saying, Drive to Survive is my current hot thing, even if I did fall asleep during episode 1. Oh dear. Charm flight ready to push, says Chippaz. Roger that. In which case, that will be the Charm flight. So we'll lay and wait for it. Oh, crikey, that Loganair's literally dropped out of the sky, so figuratively. Struggle to find that. It's moments like this where I want to take the bag off the camera, but I never do. It'll start raining. I've just seen the comment in the chat. I can't remember if it was Sam, or either Sam actually, about hailstones just down the road. Hoping I don't have any of that. Wouldn't be at all surprised though. Good morning, Paul's hijinks. Alibi. You'd rather binge watch EastEnders, and that ain't gonna happen. I hear you, brother. I hear you, brother. Not sure what we're holding for here. Gary Fleming, yes I did. I did watch the rest of it. I think now I must have watched it 5 or 6 times. And then there's the Netflix thing I was on about, the Surviving Black Hawk Down. I think that's what brought this conversation about. That's really well worth watching if you've got Netflix. Surviving Black Hawk Down. Fascinating. So yeah, I watched the Surviving show and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to watch the real thing again, which I did. Happy days. Well, you know what I mean. It's great to be able to sit down and watch something that you're actually going to enjoy, that you're interested in. And in my case, it's always a treat if I don't fall asleep watching it as well. Chippaz is well down the line with Drive to Survive. 5 episodes, what is it in the series? 7 or 8 perhaps? The trouble is when you start binging, you lose count of where you're at, and before you know it, you've seen them all. But it does work out really nicely, just filling that gap before F1 starts up for real. I thought that was going to go to gate 6. It just seemed teed up there. So we've got a bit of boarding going on here, slap bang in front of us. Craig McLean, yeah. I've watched EastEnders since Dirty Den and Ange, but stopped watching it more years ago than I can remember. Back in the day, I used to watch Coronation Street too. We might as well get the truth out there now. I ain't watched soaps for 20 years probably now. Maybe it's longer, I don't know. Even used to like Brookside back in the day, when it were good. Good morning, Graham Baird. How are you doing? Yeah, it's not catchy, is it, the EastEnders tune? I think that got released as a single, did it not, back in the 80s? Didn't Anita Dobson sing it? Didn't they call it Anybody Can Fall in Love or something a bit like that? May have had some of those words in it. But yeah, I've got a feeling that got released and on that basis probably made the top 20. Can't remember if it got better than that. I know we don't do politics on the show, but the TV licence is one of my absolute pet peeves. Utter garbage and a rip-off. I think politicians of all parties probably should recognise that if you want to make the public happy, let the BBC fund itself, get rid of the licence. Duly noted, Chippers. Thought you meant it was coming here. Like now. HGC, thank you so much for joining us today. Look forward to catching up with you on Sunday. Another character from EastEnders, Arthur. Yes, Stephen Marchant. I remember Arthur and Pauline. Oops, that a push and turn there? Yeah. Still pushing. So we should get an absolute raft of departures now. But while I think on, I probably ought to check, see how the Luftwaffe are doing. They probably should be in the air about now-ski. Oh, sorry folks, HGC, you might catch the back end. So we are going to be live till about 11:30, perhaps slightly sooner, depending on how the action dries up. Just in case of whether stuff's coming in early or looking a bit late. The Star Heavy, the only heavy in the show, the Emirates Triple, was looking at arrival at 12 minutes past 11 or thereabouts. What's that? Overfly from Glasgow coming our way, but nah, it's all grey sky, so I'll leave that. Yes, you're right, Alibi 58. Anita Dobson is married to Brian May. Cripes, they've been married for some years. So, Mark Carden, hello to you, Mark Carden. Just down the road, or up the road actually, Cramlington. What's the weather doing there, Mark? Looks to me like it might be livelier where you are than it is here. It's still a pretty windy day, sort of pulling around 11-12 knots of crosswind. Hasn't really moved the planes around an awful lot. That's the bottom line. Mark's got a date with destiny, watching the mighty Toon, trying to break that long drought in terms of winning a major trophy. Be absolutely awesome if you guys can pull it off. Do you know when the team are travelling? I did wonder, to be honest, whether they'd be going out today, but yeah, anyone know when Newcastle are expecting to travel? Thank you, Craig. Inbound jet to A321 on one of its, on a number of training flights during the course of today. So there's the Sharm El Sheikh Chewy departure. Let's check it's out, not Tenerife. Tenerife not due to go till 10 o'clock, of course. Go on, Bennett. That wind is nippy. Welcome back, Mary Brock. So Mark Carden says, cloudy in Cramlington. Don't know yet on the Newcastle travel plans. It's a Sunday game, isn't it? So my hunch is they'll probably travel Friday. But being a cup final, who knows, I kind of wondered whether they might go a little bit earlier for whatever reason. Good morning, Claire Martin. I don't know, Claire. I'll let the chat decide on that one. I personally think that if it's going to be, I think it's going to be Newcastle's year. I think they've earned a trophy in terms of the progress the club's made. Depends how Liverpool react to being eliminated from the Champions League. If their bottom lips are still on the carpet, then they're there to be had, aren't they? What about the runway change? I think we have. I did wonder at the start of the show, or early in the show, whether we get a runway change or not, but that's what we're getting. That'd be nice. And of course, we have. If only I'd got my scanner on today, I'd have picked that one up sooner. So we do have that jet to A321 in from Prestwick on final approach, currently zipping along around 3,000 feet above the deck and at a ground speed of 170 knots. So that is going to be your next arrival. So hi to Carl Waitman. So we're getting both ends today. So loads of departures to go out, so we're going to get to see those good and close. I'm going to have to see if I've got a decent view stood on my haunches in terms of the inbound plane. He's coming out to line up. He's got time, I suppose, but you have to get on with it. He's getting on with it. Wow, a bit more crosswind evident there. Right, jet 2 inbound. Plane on shot is off to Fuerteventura. Good morning, Robert D. Oh, talking football, Robert, yeah, that would make sense if they're still down there. Good morning, Alan Lee. Thank you so much for that generous super chat as well. £10 to the cause. Morning to you in Seaton Burn. This helps a lot, my friend. Every penny we get on content. Thank you. We would normally do fireworks, but we're not set up for fireworks today, Alan. But I didn't think I'd be able to operate the touch screen because of the rain risk. As it turns out, so far it's not been bad. Once we got through the snowy bit. Right, here comes our Jet 2 A321. Wow, hear the draft. That proper moved me. Ah, thanks, Chippers. I've just seen your comment, mate. Is that repairs at Newcastle, or is that... have they finished the new runway? All of it? So, Jet 2 to Fuerteventura, next on screen. Foxy B, God bless you. Thank you for your very generous Ko-fi, and hope to see you Sunday. But whatever you're up to, in between times, take care and have fun. Yeah, Mary, don't get yourself too tired. Always Sunday. Got an EasyJet pushing back as well. I can just see out the corner of my eye. Runway is near enough clear. Stand by. Alexandra, God love you. See you soon. Oh, you're still here, Foxy B? I thought it was your farewell message. I'm getting confused. Stay, don't go. Believe me. So there's a few to go, and we get to see them nice and close up. Alright Foxy, got you. This is the trouble, you know, like from my end when I'm just snatching glances at the screen. And I always like to say goodbye to folks if they are literally going, rather than gone. Hey, you stay tight, you sit there, take it easy. Good morning Yorkshire Biker. How are you doing? So plane on shot is the Sharm el Sheikh departure. Shortly to be joined in the queue by a Jet 2 Holidays A320, ignore that, 737, strike from the record, 737-800 to Paphos. Oh Bennett, am I cold. It's amazing when you get cold how it really makes the brain struggle. I was struggling in the warm on that score. And I'm wrapped up as well, really well wrapped up. Let's just have a little bit of the inbound A321 from Prestwick. Looks like it's just going to come straight back round to the front of the line. Keith Cornell is back in the show. Not sure I've got your question, Casey. We're next back on Sunday. We might do something on Friday if there's a compelling reason to do so. So at the minute it's waiting to see what Flight Radar has for us. Friday would be Newcastle, Sunday definitely Edinburgh. Oops, wind's just moved me. So, Jet 2 Holidays to Paphos, currently on screen. Right, inbound we have a nice twin turboprop in the shape of a Beech 200C Super King Air, operated by Woodgate Aviation. Inbound from Belfast. I can't see it through the hedge. Better watch this one. This could be a telescope on wings. Oh, it is a telescope on wings. So, good morning, Kevin Ellis. As always, folks, if you've yet to drop us a like, humble plea for one, goes a long way. If you've just joined the show and you're new to Newcastle, hi, I'm Mark. If you knew that anyway, welcome back. Right, he's lined up. So where's that Beech gone? There it is. It's tracking its way back in. Scottish Linda is back. Welcome back, Linda. Great to have you back in the show. No, Audrey is the honest truth. I'm still waiting for Eddie to sign off on his bit. Hopefully in the next day or two. I would have liked to have had that in the bag by now, to be honest. So at the minute, it's literally the date options that I've put in the newsletter. Ooh, that wind don't half come. It's a shame we'll not be here when the 777 goes. Wow. Okay, next to go, EasyJet. Hi to Lloyd Bell. How are you doing, Lloyd? Oh, God bless you, Scottish Linda. I've just seen you green up my screen. With 5 very generously gifted memberships. You do the runners and riders. As I've said throughout, no fireworks today. I've just not set them up for practical kit protection reasons. I wished I had now. It's Do you know, I can't see this plane on flight radar. Bristol? I think it is Bristol, isn't it? So, who got those gifted memberships? Saffron, Lord Andrew, Christoph Antonov, Rank Up Aviation and Simon Kirby. Welcome back in some cases, welcome aboard in others. Oh, Linda, you've set your own fireworks going. Honestly, buzzing at this end. That is great support. There's been some really great support in today's show. There is in every show, to be fair. What am I thinking? German Air Force, that's what I'm thinking. They are due in, I believe, in the next half an hour. I'll tell you what, ATC have done us a solid with this runway change. So, German Air Force, let's have a look. Not in the air yet, so I'm already getting. They're not going to be here for 10:28. Oh, we've got a BizJet departure by the looks of it. The Hawker 750 currently transponding for departure to Palma de Mallorca. That'd be nice. That wasn't listed this morning, so that's a bonus. Can't think of the last time I've seen a Hawker 750 either. You wrap up, Audrey. Definitely need to wrap up. See you later. Good morning, H-Dot. Top of the morning to you. Funny actually, I was thinking of something you said, H-Dot, during Sunday's show about sleet on Wednesday. And we had sleet and snow here earlier in the show. I really hadn't seen that coming. I'm starting to suspect you work for the Met Office. Good morning, Saffron. Newly minted as a member of the PSA Crew Lounge. Fantastic to have you with us. Good night, Mary Brock. Sweet dreams. See you Sunday. So our Chewy to Tenerife, that was due to go at 10 o'clock, is Almost certainly that one. I see the steps have been withdrawn, so it's a bit of a positive sign, although they're not transponding at the minute. Thank you, Lloyd Bell, for confirming that the Luftwaffe arrival is a quarter of the way over the North Sea. Roger that, my friend. I was kind of fearful they were going to stand me up. Having seen that they were added to the day's listings, I was quite excited by that. So that's, for anyone that's just catching the back end of that chat, is a Luftwaffe Bombardier Global 6000, one of 3 operated by the German Air Force, on its way in, short stop, and then on its way to Jersey. It's starting to spit with rain. That's a nuisance. Mind you, it'll be good for the spray, and we definitely want a bit of spray for the 777 that's due in around 11:15. Well, it's lovely to see you, Saffron, so hopefully the day goes well for you at work, and I really hope we can catch up with you in future shows. Awesome. Ian Nicholson's in the house. Good morning, Ian Nicholson. Top of the morning. And back to that Luftwaffe Global 6000, 10:55, Stephen Marchant thinks, which, if that's the same plane we're talking about, well, there's space in our lives for that. Likely to do a missed approach, says Lloyd. Yeah, it's unusual to see them listed as arrivals and departures, but the time between the two, in that kind of scenario, but the time between the two does suggest that. So here's that Hawker 750 off to Palma, Mallorca. Very nice indeed. Classic Aviation apparently operate this. We're going where the sun shines brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. Away you go, baby, away you go. Thank you, Mary Brock. Big smile at this end. Big smile. My face nearly cracked. It's that frozen. It's solid. I thought I'd not wear a balaclava today because once that gets wet it'll be worse and all that. But my face honestly feels like it's been lacquered. Alibi, if I say I forgot to pack it, you'd think I was making that up, improvising. No, I had to kind of move it out for the extra emojis that I packed today, the Luftwaffe one and the crabby and toga, in case the winds really did have a field day. Right, lost that. That tells me the screen might, or the lens might want to wipe. Bear with me, team. The rain is getting a bit more persistent now. Nah, lens ain't too bad. Well done, Rob H. Welcome back, buddy, and big wave to Becky Davis. Looks like Jet 2 are taking their A321 G-Sun L back to Prestwick. It's going to be doing that shuttle for the rest of the day. The last time we see it in the show. Right, the TUI Tenerife departure is now bleeping its heart out. So that should be following this jet 2 out the door. Good morning and welcome to anyone that has just joined us as well. Very mindful that the day is a fluid one. Fantastic to have you with us. We're now running at runway 07. We started the show at 0:25. But, now we are close up and personal. Definitely close up and personal now. Plane's coming over from my left. Hedge hopping almost. Paul's hijinks. Have a couple for me too, mate. My cheeks feel like they do when you've had an injection at the dentist. It's that kind of thing. T will take care of that. Tell you what, Craig McLean, wouldn't it be ace if we got a low pass off a Typhoon? I never seem to get that lucky for those. Always the first time though. Sorry Sam, I've just seen your message about the wave. To be fair, I've not noticed much inclination on the training flights towards waving. Okay, so where's our Tenerife departure? Not quite ready to go. Nearly ready to go. Blimey now, W. That's no laugh, is it? Been at the dentist myself yesterday. Couldn't get in on Monday. But yeah, it's as pricey in Belgium as it is in the UK then. Oh, blimey, and your e-bikes had a decent repair as well. Ooh, that sucks. to be fair, going back to the dental work, so what I'm having, looking at Foxy B's comment, I've got a filling that's had its day and the dentist thinks it's better to crown the tooth. It's a half crown. That's 250 quid. So not as bad off as the 750 that Foxy had, but as I say, it's not a full crown, it's like a top one kind of thing. Pricey and not nicey. I think we're going to get a decent chance of a hefty downpour, so that's what's coming. Keep feeling the drizzle on the breeze. Here we go. Right, we've got a Jet 2 pushing as well, so we are got 2 departures, one after the other. This one being Stephen Marchant's private jet. On account of his frequent voyages to Tenerife with Chewy. Good morning, Tony Cage. Top of the morning to you, Squire. And a very warm welcome to Neil McGarity. Very droll as well. Yeah, H. Fudge is a definite crown killer. Well, we're going to need some inbound planes quite soon. Oh, Tony Cage joining PSA Crew Lounge. Awesome stuff, Tony. Welcome aboard. So, shouting a bit at the microphone there, excitable. That pickup in wind noise, all off the engines. I smell Jet A1 and the fumes of. So we had a forecourt that was chock-a-block with planes. No, it ain't. Here's our next departure. Luckily, everything else is supposed to be inbound at this point. So, Tony Cage, we'd normally do fireworks, as you know, but we can't because I'd not set them up today, thinking that the weather would be frequently too wet to access the kit. But welcome aboard, mate. Air France turning on to finals, says Robert D. Roger that, Robert. Nice one. Should be able to see it actually from here. So what have we got coming in? An Embraer 190 standard, 16 years of age, currently at around 875 feet. And I can't, oh I can see it, we're on. I think that's another emoji that we haven't got today. I don't think we've got ooh la la. Me deciding to pack more weather orientated type ones, but it doesn't quite work that way. Thank you, Lloyd Bell, confirming that the inbound Bombardier Global 6000 that the Luftwaffe are bringing into Newcastle is starting descent. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Scottish Linda, for setting off some fireworks for Tony. Now, I've not got this plane showing on flight radar. I don't know if folks in the chat have. Let's try a refresh, see if that will fix it. Can't believe it, Alibi 58. These are the difficult decisions that come with running a channel. I literally thought, what am I not going to take? And I thought, well, I'm not going to see a Pegasus. In fact, with the amount of cloud that I was anticipating, I was certain there was no chance even of an overfly. Don't worry, it'll be back on Sunday. Can't say fairer than that. Oh dear. Ah, this has now appeared on flight radar for me. You probably all had it anyway. Newcastle to NA, it says for me. It's definitely not a positioning flight, the amount of folks that have gone on it. Right, here we go. Right, Air France just wending their way in. Ooh, coming our side. Don't get that too often. Scottish Linda, I have no view whatsoever of the new Manchester United stadium. Not sure they can afford it, although apparently they need to do something. State of Old Trafford, but no, I'm thoroughly neutral on the matter. What's your view, out of curiosity? Is it impressive? That's what I was saying earlier in the show. I've fallen out of love with football this season on account of my team being not very good, or more accurately, not trying hard enough and not being very good. You can live with not being very good if they try hard. Ah, so you're not impressed, Scottish Linda? If it was Scottish, a Scottish stadium, you'd be ashamed. Yorkshire biker. I'll have to check this out later. I'm always up for having a laugh at other football teams, particularly Man United. Yeah, looks like Butlins. I'll tell you who has got a good stadium. Not that I've been, but I always think it looks so impressive. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, whatever they call that one these days. Don't know if you're still in the show, Terry the Artist. I know that's your team, but I think actually that to me looks the pick of the Premier League stadiums. Probably should go when I've fallen back in love with football. So, good morning, SC Aviation. Hi to you. Good point you make, Tony Cage. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Corporate finance. I was reading something in the paper yesterday about Manchester United and all these cost-cutting measures, blah blah blah, and what they're saying that they would have run out of money at Christmas if they hadn't made all the changes, and then on the next breath you've got these other big ticket investments. I don't know. Saying that, Leicester City are due to be developing our stadium or expanding the capacity. It's more of a sort of bolt-on than anything else, but that seems to have been taking too long to happen. You have to excuse me, team. Ooh, right, so what have we got? Taking stock of our situation, we seem to have run out of planes which is never a good look for an aviation channel. So we should, according to this, have Jet 2 back in from Prestwick at 10:34, but I don't think that's going to happen. I know it's not far away. That's just me pounding a bit of circulation into my hands. It looks to me like we really are in a pause at the minute. I definitely think if you're minded towards taking a brew, now would be a good time to do it. So KLM due in 20 minutes time. 777 looks like 9 minutes past 11. British Airways are going to be monster early with their 11:30 service from London Heathrow, 5 past 11 versus the scheduled 11:30 slot. I think we're going to be on an early finish today, team. Yeah, I'm out of planes. Unbelievable. Just going to take the camera for a little wander. I'll tell you what, that is as windy as I've felt it today, and you can probably hear that on mic. Just to see what Meta are suggesting. 15 knots of wind at the moment, with a crosswind component of 9 knots. Yeah, you're right, Tony K. Sorry, Tony, I can't get my tongue moving. Yeah, Leicester won the Premier League, and I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime, and I ain't going to see that again. I think simple fact of life and all that. But yeah, that was special, once in a lifetime type stuff. It does rather make you wonder though, doesn't it, why if a small club with a smaller budget can achieve that, why some of the clubs have, Man City are the obvious one. I think they have probably got the biggest budget in the Premier League. But budget don't always equal performance, does it? Saying that, I think crikey, the tripod's moving. I think since we won the league, I think we've paid the price for it incrementally every season since. I know we won the FA Cup, but there's been an underlying downward slide, even if it's been well hidden. Oh, Bennett, the wind is starting to pick up. We could have done with this in the first hour of the show. Foxy, I am freezing. We are definitely going to wrap the show up quite promptly once we've got the 777 in. This is proper windy now. You're not joking, Rob H. It still sticks in my mind. Linda Cooper and Steve Beakow 78 helping me keep the tripod on the floor and just generally holding the show together. A couple of weeks back at Edinburgh, never experienced anything like that. This isn't in that bracket, but it is another one of those head-on wins, which are quite tricky actually. If it rains, you really have got your work on. As you can see, straight at me. Okay, our inbound flight, our German Air Force inbound Bombardier Global 6000, registration 14+05, just crossing the coast, well, shortly. Looks like it's vectoring across Sunderland and Newcastle. So at least we're definitely getting it, but I think Lloyd's probably right. We may just get a low pass. Touch and go would be nice. As I was saying earlier, it's quite unusual to see a low pass listed on flight radar as a arrival and departure. But who knows? Thank you, Robert D. KLM E190 inbound from Amsterdam Schiphol, 12 minutes. I wonder where that is then. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I got it. Just to the west of Durham. Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. A touch and go would be just the job. They're obviously not planning on putting any passengers on the tarmac because the times that they've got listed just wouldn't permit that unless they're going to kick them out. I don't know, Lloyd, I'm coming round to your way of thinking now. I think touch and go would just be, as Rob says, that would do us lovely. We'll have that. So there's quite a bit of activity, military type activity out of Teesside, all along the North Sea coast. Flight radar's certainly looking quite busy. Looking around the terminal at the minute, it's like the Mare Celeste. You'd think we'd get a police helicopter, wouldn't you, around now? Just to kind of give us something to have a look at. 32 minutes, says Sam Thurlaway for the Emirates 777. I think the way that's going to work out, that will be the show close plane. So we've got what we got then, just over half an hour, the last half hour of the show. Seems to be the way to go. Talking about the conditions at Edinburgh, I'm still reflecting ruefully over Sunday's show. We had the fog, didn't we? And I was thinking the day before, it looked like we were going to get a fairly sunny morning. And I thought, do you know what? The mound on a sunny day in the morning, spot on for visuals. And of course, the rest is history. Fog. Do you know what, Craig McLean, wouldn't it be awesome if some of those 4 typhoons just came our way? As I say, I don't have a lot of luck with typhoons here. Crikey, I was looking at Aberdeen, the amount of helicopters that are currently going in and out. A lot. $190 likes on the clock as well. You are a generous crowd. Fantastic if we could get ourselves north of 200. If you're in the show and you've yet to exercise your franchise, you make an old man very happy. Oh, Lloyd's been to Heathrow and got a bit of sunshine. Yeah, you're showing off now, Lloyd. Awesome, mate. I'm just going to have a quick nosy round the corner. I wonder what it was I could see. I think it might be that Beach King Air Super 200 or whatever. Just got a little bit of it. I think that's it. So we'll stay with Air France as the advantage of being the only jet engine on show. Well, that's interesting. Thanks, Craig. So the inbound German Air Force aircraft circling off the coast. It's put a nice little loop in there. I don't know if ATC have taken a break, I'm not sure. Ain't got a scanner. Good morning, Siobhan Everett. Just waiting for your CT scan, still in hospital. God bless you, Siobhan. So, I don't know if you mentioned it in the chat, but Siobhan had a fall yesterday. So, getting a proper MOT, aren't you? Fingers crossed it's nothing too sort of after onerous ain't the right word, is it? But you know what I mean. Nothing broken. Nothing broken. Right. I think we are back on with the planes actually. Our KLM is now on final approach. I'll keep my left eye looking over the hedge. I don't know, Foxy B, technically you are correct. It's cold days that make me feel like I'm old. Bring on the summer. Get my shorts and t-shirt on and I'll be back to being a young gun. Well, youngish. I I did not see that coming. So I do apologise for the whiplash. I absolutely couldn't see it, couldn't hear it. And then I did hear it before I saw it. Proper blended into the sky. Anyway, planes are back on. Almost a telescope. Robert D, you are right. That was close. Too close. Tell you what, it's shaking the wind up here as well. Yeah, perilously close. Emirates 22 minutes out, says Sam Thurlaway. Roger that. Do you know what? Looking at the chat about CT scanners and MRI, I've had both, and I cannot remember what the CT involved, if I'm honest. I do remember, much to my discomfort, that I had to have a cannula fitted and they put something in. Got an MRI later this month. That's a monitoring one, it's not connected with my current circumstances. That was a lot more convivial. Of course, quite an enclosed space, but whereas I'm not so good with heights, I'm much better with confined spaces. Still, being an ex-pitman, you'd expect that. Wow, that wind is whipping back up. That's interesting, Scottish Linda. I've never had a video experience, but I did have the headphones. They used to say, what kind of music do you like? I said 80s, anything 80s, and they put me on some kind of Spotify 80s compilation, and that was it for me. I was just listening to the music. Definitely the way to go. Struggling to keep the camera still in the wind. This is a bit like Edinburgh the other day, where the wind was going straight at the camera. coming our way? I think it is. German Air Force, not far away from getting onto final approach, and then we're going to find out whether that is going to be a low pass, touch and go, or the longer odds of a landing. Yep, our smiley dolphin is in the house. Might as well see the folks get off while we await the inbound Luftwaffe Bombardier Global 6000. Turning on to final, says Craig McLean. Thank you that. Thank you for that. I told you my face is just getting frozen. Better keep an eye over my shoulder now then, because if it turns out not to be a very low pass, I don't want to come away empty-handed. I think I'm going to give touch and go favourite in terms of setting the odds. 2-1 favourite. In fact, I'm going to call it even money. The market's tightening. Just can't see it. Thank you, Rob. Just over 2,000 feet and declining. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Well, I'm at a state of high alert. I just can't see out through the hedge. I've got flight radar stretched out. I think I should be able to see it by now. But then my icon stopped moving. don't think I'll get the blinking heck. Gutted. The helicopter. There they go, folks. Is that a low pass or a high pass? Not be wearing out the tyres. Boo indeed, Ravh. Well, thanks, Foxy B. I literally, the moment I saw it, the moment it was climbing. Yeah, Nell, was that it? Can't believe it. Still, that's the way it goes. Good morning, Hammy. Hope you saw that, or some of it. The noise I can hear ain't a chopper, it is that Beach King 200 that I think we spied over in the corner. That one. So that is due out imminently. Emirates ain't that long away now. Seeing all the service trucks go by. I think British Airways can't be far off arriving either. Yeah, he proper shot up, didn't he, Rob? Can't believe that. Right, we did talk about the Emirates, didn't we? I think I might have missed the moment anyway. Oh no, we might get the Glasgow A380 overfly. We've got enough blue sky to work with, team, so just give me a second. Let's see if I can get anything to work with here. The sun is going to be in my eyes for a chunk of it. We might have a shot. Let's have a look. I'll do what I can, team. There's definitely enough blue. The trouble is most of it is near the sun. Oh, Craig thinks Luftwaffe might come round for another pass. It seems like that would be the polite thing to do. On flight radar, it kind of looks like they're frozen for me. British Airways over Bishop Auckland at the minute with an A321neo. Rob says we've got an A340 to the south also. Let's see what can be done. That 340 is in Star Alliance livery too, transiting Frankfurt to Seattle. I think the moment's disappearing, team. The sky was blue and now it's mostly cloudy. There's still a window to work with, but if I think the 340 is a no-go, too much cloud. The 380, oh yeah, I've got some in it. It's a slim shot because the sun is in my face. I don't know if you can see any of that. I've got no more elevation at my... Oh, I'm going to squeeze a bit more out of it. think I may have missed the moment. That is definitely the Emirates. I'm just going to see if I can pick it up when it comes over the other side. Let's have a look. Nah, I did try. A glimpse, was it? Thanks, Foxy. It literally was pretty much that. I was struggling for elevation, and literally all the blue gaps have healed over. In fact, I'll tell you what's coming, probably in time for the Emirates. Actually, I think we're going to have a good old downpour. Right, that Beach King 200 is moving, I think. Definitely hear the rasping sound of the motors picking up. 16 minutes for the Emirates, says Sam Thurlaway, roger that. 747 next is Rab. No, zero chance now. It's 100% cloud cover, mostly of the darker type. It is the way the skies are scooting past. Right, here we go. This will be our next departure. So this is returning to Belfast. Ian Nicholson, you are a superstar, gifting a membership to the channel. That went to Tim Rigby. So, sorry Ian, no fireworks today. I'm fireworkless, but you have my hearty appreciation. Here we go. Wow. Somebody switched the wind machine on just in time. Right, it's definitely raining over that side of the airfield. You can probably work it out from the shot. It's going to be slinging it down here any second, I think. Crikey, Ian Nicholson has gifted again. Sorry, I'm not quite on top of the case. I'm kind of gazing up at the rain. Here it comes. Mothman liking us as well. Awesome stuff. Chipaz, sorry mate, no dance at the minute. So the second gifted went to Nick Ibrahim. Nick Ibrahim, welcome aboard. Uh-oh. It's now filthy. Thank you Scottish Linda, Rab H and anyone else that set fire, virtual HDC as well. Foxy B, anyone that supported Ian with fireworks. It's hail now. It's that hail that, uh-oh. It blinking hurts as well. I will wipe the camera in a second. Insane. I'm just going to have to take the camera out of the direction of the hailstones while I try and work out. Well, that was exhilarating. Ian Nicholson's in again. Awesome stuff, mate. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Walker getting a gifted membership. Great support. Good morning, Jollyman77. Hammy, rather you than me. I wasn't expecting that. I think Sam Thurlaway said it was hailing this morning in his part of the world. That will make me hop about a bit. So we are literally back end of the show. We should get the Emirates triple, British Airways A321neo. I think the Air France departure as well. It's going to be an awkward takedown, this one, I think. This was the wind that I was probably expecting at the start of the show. Took my gloves off to get some fresh tissue out of the packet. Can't get my blinking hands back in. Can now though. Yeah, Craig McLean. I have got some blue sky again. This is where it's crackers. So Rab mentioned the 747, what, 5 minutes ago? And there was not a bit of blue. I'll see what can be done. Can't say fairer than that. So I think I saw somewhere that we hit 200 likes, so thank you everybody for that. Robert D, I'll look out for the A321 on finals. It's difficult to work anything through the hedge at the minute, but another gifted from me, Ian Nicholson. Am I not keeping up here? I'm not keeping up, am I? Slambo got that membership. Welcome aboard. Oh, it's an inbound plane. Look how much blue sky there is. To keep the camera still. Right, can I see anything in the sky? Thank you, Ian Nicholson. Another gifted. This one going to DB. Oh, you're such a mate. And good morning as well, Ferry Hill Train Spotter. Thank you, Ian Nicholson. Don't know what to say, man, except thank you. Hi to John Gilder. From a very bizarre, well, the weather at Newcastle is very bizarre today. We started in snow, we've had some sunshine, in fact we've got a lot of sunshine right now. We've had some hail, a bit of rain, or drizzly rain. The wind has sort of moved its way round to a northerly, which means we've ended up with both ends of the runway in active use. "3 minutes out," says Rab on the triple, and I'm not joking, another big fat filthy dark cloud is coming exactly this way. Let's see what the lens is doing. Lens looks clean. It's going to sling it. Be quite a good finale. Yeah, sorry about the gentle rustling, Henair. That is the bag that is protecting the tablet. Well, it could be the bag on the camera, but I think that looks pretty much static. Right, we'll just go back over to the KLM so that I've got less distance to pan the camera when the big one comes in. So I took that filthy dark cloud, so we had blue sky a minute ago, now we got that. And whereas that is to the side of me, what's above that KLM is definitely more of the same and coming this way, so we might end up with a bit of moisture for the triple. Nicholson, I'd shake you by the hand, man, I really would. Another gifted membership, this one to Dan Carleon. Awesome stuff. Thank you, mate. Oops, I'm not paying attention to anything, I've just gone to rat shit, if you pardon the... I'm kind of wondering now what's going to arrive first, a downpour or the 777. Hang on a minute, somebody has done something amazingly kind. Let's just see if I can get the chat back to where it should be. Sue Corder, thank you so much for gifting me 5 memberships, but first and foremost, good morning to you, Sue. Fantastic support, God love you. I'll see you've got those in a minute. I don't know how long you've been in the show, Sue, but we're not doing fireworks today. Because of the conditions, I've avoided anything that avoids using touch screens more than I need, just to keep the kit protected. Right, just lock that there. Let's have a look. So wow, major gift to us. Stealth Wolf 3811, Malky, Peter Bozier, Helen Gobbold Edie, Fraser Brownie. Welcome aboard one and all. Right, the big one's here, so find it somewhere in the glare. Right, here comes the wind. Fairly old, right? I must admit it would be pretty awesome to be behind that when it goes back out later. So plan is we'll stick around till this parks up. If Air France aren't looking likely to go, excuse me, let's focus there. If Air France aren't looking likely to go, we'll wrap up at that. That's definitely the best plan. See all that emoji action, God love it. So what is transponding on the deck? Are we going to get a couple of late departures? Oh, late for the show. Air France are transponding. Sorry, I'm not quite keeping up with the plan. I'm trying to multitask badly. Don't worry, Ali, by 58, if that Air France falls into our lap, which I think it will all be a nice way to finish. But yeah, I'm at the end of my rope at this end of things. It's kind of weird really, because I've been out in worse weather. I think it's the variety of weather that's perhaps had the effect. Anyway, glad you're looking forward to Sunday, Amy. That is Edinburgh. If anyone's just caught the show, we will be live from Edinburgh from about 8 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 8, something in that region. Air France pushing and turning. They look like they will be the final plane of the show. I can't do the individual name check credits today because I've not had my pocketbook or anything out. I've been in survival mode with the conditions being what they are. It's hasn't been that kind of day, but there's been some fantastic generosity towards the channel. Thank you so much, and we will be putting that money hard to work, you can be certain on that. So massive thanks as well to our moderators team, Rob H, Alibi 58, Nell W-8, Alexandra Wood was with us previously for a little while. Awesome stuff. And as Chipaz says, we have Delta in the show on Sunday, so that's going to be great. I'll not go to camera today because if I do, I think the camera will get blown over. So I'm going to stay the right side so I keep my hands on things. Rain is just starting itself back up. It's that downpour, I think, that seemed likely to precede the Emirates 777. Thank you, John Gilder, much appreciated. Thank you, Tony Cage. Thank you, mate. I do love days like today. It's all the adventure that goes with it, but you always end up making more compromises than you want with aspects of your setup or your quality. Well, you might be quite right then, Tony McCall. Stand corrected. I'm going to chuck that one back to Chipaz. Hi Tony, by the way. I thought they'd resumed dailies, or is it not daily? Thinking heck, Tony McCall, you've broken my heart. You've only been in the show 30 seconds, or in the chat 30 seconds. I saw Chipaz's comment. I thought, yeah, there's space in my heart for a 767. Thank you, Rob H. Now, Hazel, we love. What this is holding for? I can't see anything on. Final approach. Hey. Well, I'm frozen to the spot. We're going to get this and then I'm going to cut the feed. We'll catch it as best we can. It's like hail. Yeah. So folks, see you Sunday, live from Edinburgh. Come on Air France, spark it up. Can't even see it. And out of the gloom. Right folks, this is Mark signing out from Newcastle. See you soon.